This is the Halftime Show with Omar Adori on Pulse 95.
It sure is that time. It's the Halftime Show with Omar Adori. I'm your host, cover everything sport, international and local. Right, coming up on the show today, Lily Collyer is going to be on the show. Now, if you remember, she came on the show before as she was attempting to break the world record of the 24-hour burpees. So, if you want to find out if she's done it or not, stay tuned on Pulse 95 because we're going to have her here in the studio live on Pulse 95 Radio, and it's going to be here in the heart of Sharjah. So don't go anywhere, folks. Stay tuned because this is going to be another great show with Omar Duri on the Halftime Show on Pulse 95.
This is the Halftime Show with Omar Adori on Pulse 95.
Sure is that time. It's the Halftime Show with Omar Duri. I'm your host, cover everything sport, international and local. Right, let's get stuck into it because the last time I had this guest on the show, she was at a different stage in her life, and since then, quite a few massive things happened. Lily Collyer is on the show. Lily, welcome to the show, my friend.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm super excited to be back. I can't wait.
Listen, the first one was a hit.
Yeah.
You set the bar high. And to be honest, it was really nice to see you achieve so much since then.
Yes.
But talk to us about that time when you came into the show. What was happening in your life regarding the challenges that you were setting yourself? And then let's jump into what you just did now.
Yeah, so last time I came in, I was about to attempt to do 24 hours of burpees. No goal, no nothing, just to do 24 hours of burpees and just see what happened. I was raising money for charity, Mind Charity, something completely really close to my heart. And obviously I achieved it. Without knowing, I broke the world record for the most amount of chest to ground burpees completed in 24 hours by a female.
Big.
So me being the crazy person I am, I let that sit with me for maybe like 2 or 3 weeks, and I was like, I need to do it.
So you broke it and you didn't know you broke it?
I didn't know I broke it until like 2 weeks later, and I was like, oh my God, like I didn't realize what I'd actually done till 2 weeks later. And everyone was like, you do realize that you broke the world record? And I was like, oh my God. I had no idea. It didn't even sink in properly.
Right.
And then I was like, I've got to come back and do it again. And become a Guinness World Record holder. It's only right.
and then, so you went and then set like everything properly,
I've done everything properly this time.
Okay. What did you do?
What I do differently?
Yeah.
To be honest, everything was so different from the first time round.
Okay.
I didn't. My training was different. My training was a lot more smarter rather than just like completely overdoing it and overdoing my body. So my training was very different, but the setup to be a Guinness World Record holder is so incredibly long a process.
Right.
Unbelievable. I had to get a manager. I had to get an event organizer to organize the whole thing. It was huge. So the whole thing was a lot different, a lot more stressful, but so worth it.
Let me rephrase that. How does one, like normal person, not you, how does one train for 24 hours of burpees?
Yeah, 24 hours of burpees. So I actually got a coach this time.
Okay.
It's always good, like, I know what I'm doing. I've done this before. I could easily do it again, but to have a second mind, have a second opinion, and just I wanted to really make sure my body was so ready for this. So to be honest, it was just lots of stability through my shoulders, through my hip flexors. That was what was causing me pain last time. And yeah, just not training crazy. My lungs were so good.
Right.
My engine that I built on the lead up to this was crazy. Like nothing fazed me. Ski ergs, assault bikes, nothing. Yeah. So the training was just amazing. I absolutely love that type of training anyway. So super easy for me to get up and enjoy it. Okay. And yeah.
Well, it also sounds like even though you've put your body to the test, less was more.
For sure. Less is more. Less is always more. So I didn't overdo it. I didn't overdo my body. I was going in there ready, not fatigued, not tired, nothing. So yeah, a lot more sensible this time round than the first time, for sure.
And then when you get a coach, and obviously you made that decision and you want to do things a different way, it's quite smart to be able to kind of put a program together for yourself.
Yes.
The physical aspect is something that a lot of people talk about. How did the recovery fit into your program?
Honestly, I was taking like 2 days off, but saunas, ice baths, and I think I've spoken about this before, so important for your recovery, not just your physical recovery, but mental recovery as well. The mental clarity that I gained from doing this, or And I always say you have to do something you hate every single day.
Yeah.
And it will grow and push you and make your mindset and build your mindset.
Yeah.
So no one wants to sit in an ice bar for 15 minutes,
Yeah.
but the benefits of it outweighs the whole pain that you're in for 15 minutes. Plus, I can do 24 hours of burpees, so 15 minutes sat in ice is nothing if it's going to benefit me long term. So yeah.
And in that, so something that stood out last time when you were talking about the challenges that you were facing and all the different things you were going through,
Yes.
is just the clarity. How physically did you feel you had to work on clarity when it comes to approaching all these different challenges?
Clarity, mental clarity.
No, physical clarity. Mental clarity is coming up next.
Yeah.
But physical clarity. So, for example, not doing too much and trying to do less.
Yes. So it's all about trust. Because I had a coach, I just had to put my trust into his hands.
Yeah.
He is absolutely amazing and what he does is great. It's called the Movement Blueprint, and he has created this whole brand, and it's so amazing. Like, it's all about building better bodies, not overdoing it. So it all came down to trust, to be honest, because I'm in my head thinking I'm not doing enough.
Yeah.
But you just have to trust. That's why you get a coach, and I'm a coach myself, and I'm grateful that people put their trust in my hands to build them a program, get them results, and so on and so forth. So yeah, it's all about trust.
Amazing. What's the coach's name?
His name's called Harvey Launton. Yeah, he's great.
Shout out to Harvey. Okay. I'm going to dive into mental fitness. I'm big
My
on that.
favourite.
I know you're big on that as
Yes.
well. And I'm going to do that straight after we come back. I'm going to play a
Amazing.
tune for everyone. And as soon as we do that, we're going to jump into the mental aspect. This segment is going to be fire.
This is the halftime show with Omar Adori on Pulse 95.
Sure is that time. It's the halftime show with Omar Duri, and on the show today, Lily Collier is on the show, and I have to say, big up to Roy as well, the Arsenal fan, her dad. What a legend!
Yes.
Love him already. So Lily, okay, we talked about the physical aspect, the preparation, getting yourself ready physically, and I kind of held off mental fitness because me and you could talk about that all day.
Yeah, for sure.
But it was a huge point in your prep, in getting through it, and also, as we mentioned offline, afterwards. Talk to me about how you had to stay mentally fit throughout this process.
It was so much more different to the first time round, especially on the lead up, normal things like making sure I'm mentally ready, always putting myself in an uncomfortable situation, pushing myself out of my comfort zone every single day. And as I mentioned, ice baths, saunas is stuff that you don't want to do, but you have to do to build your mental clarity.
Yeah.
And during, honestly, the whole time that I did this second set of 24 hours of burpees for Guinness World Record this time round was so much more different mentally to the first time round.
How?
I felt like the first time round was just a bit of fun.
As you do.
Yeah, and it was fun. But the mental, because I actually had to beat the world record, and I was thrown the night before on me that I had to change my method of burpees.
Yes.
So instead of just doing the normal burpee that everyone hates, you
Yeah.
have to do the normal burpee and then
Show us on the screen.
put your arms out to the side.
Yeah.
So down into a burpee and then arms out to the side, and then before coming back up for the next rep, and then you have to make sure both of your feet come off the ground.
Okay.
And you're in a vertical jump. But it was the arms out to the side with no practice in this with my training. The anterior burning through my shoulders, my wrists, my hands burning against the mat. I had to put what is it you bet? Yeah, you box, don't you?
Yeah.
What's the inners?
Wraps?
Yeah, the wraps around
Yeah.
my hands, all around my knees, everything. To be honest, that was the most mentally challenging part because before I started my Guinness World Record, I was just thinking in the back of my head, like, can I actually break the world record whilst putting my hands out to the side? Because I had no idea the amount that I could do. So that played on me for the whole time I was doing my burpees until I broke the world record.
And how many were those?
I did 6,756 burpees.
Again?
6,756 burpees. Yeah. It was
Wow.
mad. Yeah, it was absolutely
Okay.
mad. Yeah.
Okay, that's incredible.
Crazy.
We all have our inner demons, and we all face them. And obviously, you had 24 hours to face those, obviously way before in the prep work. What goes through your mind when you're doing 24 hours of burpees?
I can't even begin to tell you the amount I was talking to myself. This time was so hard, and I had so many people there supporting me, so many people in front of me, which was amazing. But I was just looking at everyone and I'm like, no one knows what I'm going through right now. No one knows the pain I'm in. Like there was one girl called Laura stayed with me for 6 hours, did 6 hours of burpees with me. That is crazy.
Big up Laura.
Yeah, unbelievable. I actually have goosebumps when she told me that the next day. I saw her there, but God knows how long I knew she was there for.
Could you see the people that were coming?
Do you know
through?
what? No. Everything's such a blur. Like when I see them again, like now, and I'm like, oh my God, you were there. Oh my God, you were there. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for listening. But to be honest, it was just a blur. I was so focused. I had to put my eye mask on again. You would have seen some pictures maybe, and headphones in just to stay focused because. Yeah, the voices inside my head. Firstly, I was thinking, you've done it once, silly.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this again?
Yeah.
I was just thinking, like, why do you have to do this again? Why? You don't need to prove yourself to anyone. You don't need to do all of these questions I was telling myself during the 24 hours. And yeah, so many lessons learned.
Do you start to, now I'm, I got goosebumps. Now I'm starting to visualize what you're doing. You know when you've got your eye mask on? Do you start to have reels in your head of what's going on or who's watching? Or
No.
who's
I'm at a festival. I'm at a festival.
What kind of festival are we talking?
Like I'm at a deep, it's deep house.
Okay.
It's called Anjuna Deep.
Okay. And is that linked to what you're listening to?
This is what I'm listening to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got
So
that.
when I'm there, I'm like, if I can stand in a festival all day and just party and enjoy myself, then I can do 24 hours of burpees for sure.
Impressive.
So that's what my mentality was like. If I can enjoy myself like this, I can just put myself through this much pain and get through it and be a better person when it's finished.
And you were doing it for a good cause?
Actually, this time I didn't. This time I just did it for the world record.
Okay.
But before I did raise money for charity, and all of this year coming up, many more challenges. So I'll be raising way more money for charity as well. Yeah.
Amazing. I also have to ask you, when you were taking your eye mask off, because obviously you didn't have it on for the whole 24 hours, do things feel weird? Do light, sound, feel, touch?
No, nothing. I felt normal. Everyone was like, are you dizzy? Like, are you, because people were like, you can't see anything, like you're dizzy. And I was like, no. But because I had like 2 lines on the floor, I had to make sure my feet come to the top line and my feet went behind the back line when I was going down into burpee. The only thing that was annoying about the mask is that I didn't know if my feet were touching.
Yeah.
So I couldn't wear it for too long because if I got a no rep, then that wouldn't have counted.
And they were strict on that? Strict on every rep?
To be honest, I'm not sure. I'm still waiting for them to finalise it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see.
Because it's filmed. No one was actually there.
Oh, 24 hours of burpees filmed. Yeah, all filmed. So all the footage is sent off.
The footage is there anyway.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Got you. So no one had to actually be there for 24 hours.
No.
Great.
No. Yeah, I know. If I had someone over my head being like, no rep, I'd be like, do you know what?
Yeah.
You come and do it.
You try this. Well, I'll get Roy on you.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Mental fitness is something that is massive in the game. And the last time we spoke, you spoke about it quite a bit. But how has your mental fitness improved after a challenge like this?
Oh my God, unbelievable amounts. Unbelievable amounts. I was doing a WOD yesterday, a 30-minute EMOM, like nothing.
You see the way
This is nothing.
If you're watching this on Instagram or if you're watching this on YouTube and she goes, I did a 30-minute WOD yesterday, breakfast.
Yeah, it was breakfast.
Everyone else in that WOD just got destroyed because those people thought they were really on a level and they're working out, and then she goes, yeah, I did a 30-minute for breakfast. And then I started working out.
I know, but it was. I literally just did 30 minutes and I was struggling. Like, I was like, shh, this is so hard.
Yeah.
But then I was like, nothing's hard.
Yeah.
Nothing I do is hard. Like, I did skydiving the other day as well, and I was like, my heart was beating. It took such a long time to get up to the top before jumping out the plane.
Yeah.
And I was like, why am I so scared for this?
Did you land in a burpee?
Huh? No, pretty much. I could have. Honestly, everyone's like, are you the burpee?
So you.
Everyone's like, are you the burpee girl? And I'm like, no. Not anymore. I'm just Lily. No, but I get scared and I'm like, no, I can do 24 hours of burpees. I can do a 60-second fall over the palm. Like, it's fine. So,
and if you are going to skydive, that is the place to do it.
And I did it for my 1-year anniversary at Dubai. Yeah, it was amazing.
I think one of probably the most refreshing things as a host here is to see your growth. over the time.
Yeah, it's crazy for you.
It's been amazing, and also because it's a nice person, it makes it more. It makes it more relevant.
Yeah.
Please don't change.
Oh, never. I said it before, but before I touched all the buttons, I don't think we ever got to hear the segments when I was last here.
Yeah.
But I said it before, you have to stay grounded and you have to stay humble, no matter how big or whatever you're doing in life, whatever you do to achieve. Every person is the same as you, so just be nice.
Yeah,
just be nice.
That is the summary of the day. Talking about being nice, we've got a Rudimental Sun comes up featuring James Arthur, and then when we come back, we're talking about what next crazy challenge Lily has on the list. So stay tuned for more on the only place to be at 3, the halftime show on Pulse 95.
This is the halftime show with Omar Adori on Pulse 95.
What is that time? It's the halftime show with Omar Duri. I'm your host, covering everything sport, international and local. Lily Collyer is on the show today, and it is one heck of a show. It really, really is. Exactly. That's the excitement we have here in the studio, and she is here live on the halftime show. Lily, let's jump into this, man. You seem to set challenges, and I'm just happy to be that little fly on the wall that keeps watching you progress and progress and progress. A blue fly on the wall if you're watching on YouTube, but a fly on the wall nevertheless. Lily, talk to me about the list of challenges that you have next, because the last time you said, I'm going to do this record, I'm going to break it, and you have. You broke the world record for 24-hour burpees with how many reps?
I did 6,756. 6,756. I realise I need to speak in the mic better.
Yeah. Hey, listen.
Sorry.
You're getting a lot better as we do this, so this is great. What's next on the list?
What is next? So I am going to be... I cannot stay away from the challenges. I'm already thinking about what to do next month. But next month is just going to be something small, like nothing crazy. These aren't
like
crazy.
3 days of press-ups.
No, I'm going to do 30 days of hip thrusts. 100 hip thrusts for 30 days, just to see what happens.
Say again?
You know hip thrust, the movement?
Yeah.
I want to do 100 every single day for 30 for the whole of January. Just because I just want to see what happens. I really do. That's only small though. But the next challenge, again, is still...
Hold on 1 second. Wait.
This is just small.
Wait, you know she's being serious when she says that's really small.
It is really small.
100 hip thrusts for 30 days.
Yeah, I'm going to see how I do.
Okay. And is there a set weight on that?
I don't think I'm going to go heavy.
Okay.
But I also don't think I'm going to go
light
for barbell hip thrust. I think I'm going to do...
Which is only 20 kg.
No, it will be 60 kg if it was barbell. But because I've had issues with my spine, because I've been doing burpees my whole life, I'm trying to save my spine, and I'll just do it on a machine.
Okay.
But this is nothing. This is so small. But then the next challenge will be... You know Jumeirah bike track? Bike track on the beach. I think it's about 16 kilometers long.
Okay.
And I'm going to do walking lunges the length of Jumeirah bike track for charity before my birthday next May.
Okay.
Yeah.
What day is your birthday?
May the 6th. So I'll do it around May the 1st or May the 2nd.
Okay.
And then the next big challenge. I know, I'm scared.
No. Go on.
I'm going to run from Dubai to Abu Dhabi next year. I'm going to train for it all of next year after my birthday.
Okay.
And then do it around the same time that I did my record, so around November time, this time next year. So I think that's about 100 kilometers.
Okay.
And
she's rubbing her knee as she's saying
Let's just bear in mind, I am not a runner.
She was rubbing her knee.
I'm not a runner, so this is huge for me. And we'll see how I go. We'll see how I go.
I know you'll do it.
For sure, it's all mindset.
Yeah, I know you'll do it, 100%.
I can prepare my body, but that's what's coming up, so we'll see how we go.
That's massive.
Yeah.
That's massive.
It should be good.
You got a question here saying, from Masoud saying, what is progress for you?
What's progress for me?
Yeah.
Progress for me is doing something you absolutely hate every single day and getting through it. And getting through it. And even though you're telling yourself, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do the last round on this set, I don't want to do whatever you're doing, I just don't want to do it. And then you still continue to do it. Yeah. That's progress.
Okay.
If you just tick off every single thing that you set yourself each day, you progress to the next level. 1% more, 1% more, 1% more. And then you'll, before you know it, reach the goal that you never thought was possible.
Love it. Another question here before we take a quick break. Are you an extrovert or an introvert?
Both. Is that a good answer? I'm both.
Yeah.
I can be I'm very extrovert, obviously,
Yeah.
but I can also be introvert.
Good answer.
Yes.
Good answer. She didn't sit on the fence, by the way. She genuinely means that.
Yeah.
I got your back, don't worry. All right, we're going to take a quick break. It's going to be a very, very quick one, and we'll be right back because we got one more segment.
This is the halftime show with Omar Adori on Pulse 95.
Sure is that time. It's the halftime show with Omar Duri. I'm your host, covering everything sport, international and local. Lily Collyer is on the show today on another banger of a show. Unbelievable here on Pulse 95 Radio in the heart of Sharjah. Lily, before we let you go, firstly, I want everyone to continue to follow you. And those who are listening today for the first time, I want them to follow you. How can we keep track of all your progress?
Since I last came here, actually, I started a YouTube channel. So if you really wanted to see what I done on the lead up or how I trained on the lead up to my burpees and my Guinness World Record, I started my YouTube for this and documented the whole thing. And I've also got an amazing movie on there, which is 24 Hours of Burpees, the movie.
The movie, okay.
So it's everything I went through, all my emotions, everything in that movie. So definitely check it out. That's Lily Collyer 98 on YouTube, and my Instagram is lilycollier.pt.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. Question here from Dino in the UK. Biggest lesson you've learned from all the challenges you've done?
Biggest lesson I've learned is nothing is impossible. Everything you put your mind to, you can achieve, and what your mind believes, you can achieve. And honestly, that is the biggest lesson, because if you tell yourself you can't, you won't. But if you tell yourself you can, you will. And you just have to keep ensuring your mind believes, and your body will follow.
I've got one for you.
Yeah.
You mentioned self-talk earlier. How do you practice self-talk?
It's hard. I'm still learning, and I'm still trying to get better at it. When I tell myself I'm not good at something, or I can't do that, or I won't do this, I always have the fact that I've achieved 24 hours of burpees to fall back on. So anything I go into in life now is all achievable, because what is worse? What's worse than 24 hours of burpees?
Yeah.
No, there's many things worse, of course, and there's many bigger challenges than this. But I have this to fall back on. So anything when anything gets hard, I've done 24 hours of burpees. Nothing really is that difficult anymore in life.
Yeah, good for you.
Honest, yeah.
Good for you. Masood from India saying, yeah, I get you. I think this is in terms of his question to your introvert versus extrovert. Yeah, I get you personally. I am an introvert, and the way you said doing something you don't want to do, but then you still keep doing that.
Yeah.
Keep doing it in the right way. Definitely makes a difference.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, amazing.
100%.
Right. Got to talk Arsenal.
Yeah.
You told me.
My dad's going to be so happy.
Yeah,
about
of course.
this.
Big up Roy.
Yeah.
Man like Roy. Big up Roy. I'm not going to ask you to talk about Tottenham because we're not allowed to swear on radio, but...
That's right, because we only support Arsenal,
yes.
so it's all good.
Yeah, good. Do you get a chance to ever watch them or follow them or...
Arsenal?
Yeah.
Not necessarily, but I've just grown up around it. My dad obviously supports Arsenal, so it's just sort of stayed within the family.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Good. Great choice.
Yes.
Love that. Okay.
Many people said this when I had this I had this t-shirt.
When I
on.
saw that t-shirt on with Merci Arsene, I thought, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Roy. So another comment here. So being an introvert, trying to be out of my zone is hard, and that's what makes the state of progress.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Thank you for that, Mr. Wood. Really appreciate that. Right, before I let you go, okay, I need to say thank you very much.
Thank you.
For coming on the show again. The first episode was fire, and the second was even better because I've been that fly on the wall to watch you grow.
Yeah.
And genuinely, again, so glad it's happening to you. Because you deserve it. And here at Pulse 95 Radio in Sharjah, we support you all the way. We look forward to hearing all about your challenges when you've completed them, and even the process in. And I know with your YouTube channel, we'll be able to keep track of that, so we can still feel like we're part of the journey.
Yeah, be a part of the journey. That's the funnest part about every single challenge.
Yeah,
the journey, the lead up, the success at the end of it. So yeah.
Another question coming here, and I swear this is not my question. How do you reset?
How do I reset?
Yeah, good question, Masa. We'd love that.
It took me, it's such a good question, and I still struggle to this day with resetting. But breathing is so important. And I realised this after my burpees, my Guinness World Records, that set. I was struggling to breathe and I didn't practice this enough, and I'm still trying to get better at resetting. And what is resetting? And I think I even asked you this question last time.
Yeah.
But it's just reconnecting with yourself, reconnecting with your breath, reconnecting with your purpose. And you have to really dial in and never lose sight on what's important. And every now and then when I feel like things are getting so overwhelming, I just sit down and write down the priorities and what's important. As long as you always have that in mind, you'll never lose sight and you'll always continue to push towards your goals, push to what you want to achieve. So yeah, writing and breathing.
You've definitely answered the question that you asked me the question to last time.
I did, didn't I?
That's how far you've come. And that is full time on the halftime show. What a way to end the show with Lily Collyer. Thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you
You've
so
been a
much for having
superstar.
me again. I'm
Absolute
so appreciative.
Superstar. Guys, remember, you catch our show every Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, 3 to 4 UAE time. And if you do miss the show, don't worry. Head over to our YouTube channel, Pulse 95 Radio, and you can see our fantastic guests talk about some really important topics like mental health, gut health, and how important is the brain is on performance and recovery. And today we add to the list How to Reset as well by Lily Collyer. So hey, listen, it is fantastic. Super happy for her. And again, I look forward to seeing more of your journey.
Thank you so much.
If you liked this episode of The Halftime Show, drop a like and subscribe.
95.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram for all our daily updates and top stories.